I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It doesn't matter. I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up. But I see through the hype, because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Good afternoon and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the opening weekend of Idaho High School football playoffs. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's college savings program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Today we come to you live from Aberdeen High School where the Priest River Spartans will take on the Aberdeen Tigers. Hi everyone, welcome in. My name is Joel Richardson. I'm joined by Logan Kelso. Logan, it's 44 degrees. It's cloudy, partly sunny, beautiful day for some football, man.
Yeah, you know, leaves are changing. Daylight's starting to get less and less each passing day, and that's how you know it's playoff time in Idaho.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. Like we said, this is opening weekend of Idaho High School playoffs. Aberdeen is coming in as a number 1 seed, though they don't have a bye this week, Logan, as they weren't the number 1, right? They're number 1 in this week, but not number 1 because they're lost to Westside. Declo claimed that number 1 seed along with Grangeville and a few other teams. So Aberdeen will play in this opening game against number 8 seeded Priest River.
Yeah, they just had 1 loss of the season to Westside. Westside falling to Delco, 3-way tie in the conference. And yeah, like you said, Aberdeen now having to get into the play-in round here.
Yeah,
it should be a good one today.
Yeah, Aberdeen playing Priest River in this opening round. Winner will go into the quarters, and those will be reseeded, and they will find out who they play depending this next game. We were started off with a great pep band opening from Aberdeen's band, and now we'll have the national anthem. We'll be right back for more pregame from Aberdeen High School. You're watching the IdahoSports.com opening round playoffs of Idaho High School football. We'll be right back.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back to IdahoSports.com. Aberdeen High School, great job there, Logan, by the Aberdeen Pep Band on the national anthem.
Yeah, it was awesome. They had a little extra prelude to the anthem. Don't see that very often, and yeah, it was a beautiful rendition. A little extra flair by the Pep Band. You love to hear it, especially right before some playoff football.
Absolutely, and I liked how they had that extra rendition. I almost wasn't sure if they were doing the national anthem because it was kind of this jazzy, popped intro, but it kind of allowed everyone to get prepared and allowed us to get prepared for that national anthem. As you'll see on your screen, the teams are coming out. Aberdeen Tigers will follow the Priest River football team in their intro. But let's talk about, with this opening weekend, a lot of great matchups. This is a number 1 seed versus number 9 seed, but man, if you talk to people around the Priest River program, this might be the most underrated lowest seeded team in the tournament.
Yeah, just they started the season off 0-2, tough loss to Grangeville, ended up winning their conference, and then they go out, lose to a team from Washington, I believe Newport, who is a local rival of Priest River across the state boundaries in Washington. And then after that, you know what they did? Rattled off 6 straight W's. And yeah, this matchup right here, 6-2 Priest River taking on 7-1 Aberdeen. This is one of the best first-round matchups you might ever see, let alone a play-in matchup. It should be a terrific matchup tonight.
Aberdeen's wins against American Falls, they opened the season with a close win against their big rival just across the river here. And then they beat Declo, Wendell, Ryrie, North Fremont, Malad, Soda Springs. Some big wins there as Declo got a first-round bye. Ryrie is a strong 3A team out in the new conference. They're in these playoffs with North Fremont, Malad, and Soda. And we already mentioned that loss against Westside. It was a tight, close game, but only a 2-point loss to a very good Westside Pirate team. Aberdeen coming in averaging 25 points per game and only giving up 6 points per game. Strong defense from this Aberdeen Tigers team, Logan.
Yeah, they have 4 shutouts in the season, which is pretty remarkable. To shut out any team, let alone the competition level, is very tough. Yesterday called a terrific game, Minico-Emmett. Minico held that game the entire time. Emmett still found a way to the end zone. So for them to get 4 shutouts this season is pretty impressive. And Priest River is almost the same story.
So let's talk about some of the keys of the game for this number 8 Priest River. We were able to talk to their really good coach, and he mentioned that, on offense, look, Aberdeen looks like they attack teams with a bare front, so they're going to have to spread them out a bit and force them to defend the entire field. On defense for Priest River, they broke multiple defensive records this year, including the most forced turnovers in the game, which was 7.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Just unheard of. But defensively, it comes down to stopping their super power counter plays and keying in on that quarterback Lupe Ortiz, who we'll talk about in a little bit on those power read plays. What are some of the keys to the game for Aberdeen there, Logan?
For Aberdeen, they need to control the line of scrimmage here. They obviously have done most of that this season, and the other big one for them is to win the turnover battle. Their one loss this year is the one time they didn't win the turnover battle. Like we said, the aforementioned loss to Westside. Their coach, Derek Jolly, his first year as head coach, longtime assistant for the Tigers, told us, if they think they can control the line of scrimmage, they lead in the turnover differential, it should be all Aberdeen tonight.
So let's talk about some of the key players for Aberdeen. We mentioned Aberdeen. Let's keep going with Aberdeen. Obviously, their junior quarterback, Lupe Ortiz, he's their captain, and he's going to be huge today. Doesn't throw as much, but, man, he has got a run game. And we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a good arm there, Logan. It should be fun to watch Lupe continue to do Lupe things. Obviously, their senior running back, Luke Shackelford, just a great running back. And then their senior running back / safety, Eston Beck. He's back. He's been dealing with an injury, but he's back from that hand injury sustained at the beginning of the year versus American Falls. And finally, Campbell Harris, their captain, and Tana Nelson, linebackers who lead the team in tackles every game, and so we'll be calling their name a lot. And finally, their senior kicker, Guillermo Pereira. He was kind of a latecomer to this team, but he plays on the soccer team, but he's made a difference in games. It's huge in 3A football when you have a good kicker, Logan.
Oh, exactly. I was watching him in warm-ups, and he was getting at least 30 yards in the air with ease with those kicks. That should be a big, another big key to them is that kicker. And like you said, it's massive to have a great kicker at the 3A classification.
Well, let's get started here as we get set to kick off. We'll hit those key players for Priest River as they come out on defense. Priest River elected to kick. And number 62 for Priest River to kick off. That's Andon Grismer. And that ball is going to go out of bounds on the kickoff. So good field position to start this game for the Aberdeen Tigers. Let's talk about some of the key players for Priest River, Logan.
Yeah, for Priest River, led by head coach Alex Cepeda, Sawyer Stout leading in almost every rushing category for the Spartans. Nate Figert has been a terrific addition as well, along with Colton Cooperenko.
Alex Cepeda, also the AD for Priest River, the Priest River Spartans. And as you see on your screen, Priest River in the white with black pants, and Aberdeen in the all blacks. Super fun when you can go all black with those orange numbers. And great for broadcasters as those numbers pop. Lupe Ortiz will take it to the air. First play, he had his man open across the middle between the hashes. Just falls incomplete, just beyond his player. Will bring up 2nd and 10. I like that first play of the game to go for a big one.
Yeah, Aberdeen likes to do the ground and pound, but if they see the Priest River Spartans bunched up, they're going to use the air in there, and they had a wide open receiver. Just couldn't connect there, but I like the play call.
Priest River only gives up 16 points, opponents have been averaging 60 points against them. So we'll see if Aberdeen can get more than 16 today, but it could be a low-scoring affair, Logan, as you know, both teams, say Priest River averaging about 34, Aberdeen 25, but man, in 3A you see kind of as your classification number goes down, Logan, you tend to see higher scoring.
Yep. Yeah, and might be a little lower scored here. Obviously both defenses have been superb this season, and with the temperature getting down a little more, seems to be a little more defense-oriented. But yeah, you are right. Typically, the more we go down, the higher the scoring gets. But we'll see what the story is tonight.
Lupe Ortiz in the shotgun. And as quarterback keeper, and a good decision there from Lupe. Looked like he wanted to give it up, but a little option play for him. A more RRO, if you will, not RPO. But he decides to pull it, keeps himself, and gets about 3 yards. We'll bring up 4th and 3. So after the first incomplete pass, 2 run plays, it brings up 4th and 3. 10:44 to play, just getting started in the opening quarter of this opening round playoff game for the Tigers and the Spartans. The 42-yard line going for it, 4th and 3. Ortiz takes the snap, hands it off this time, goes the right side, finds the hole, gets good blocking. He'll get the first down, and then a couple more yards. Nice running there from Aberdeen. We will see a healthy dose of running in this game from the Aberdeen offense.
Yeah, two big rushers with Luke Shackelford and Eston Beck have been elusive runners this season for the Tigers. And I just want to say Lupe Ortiz, just a junior, but he is the captain of this team. A lot of respect for the junior quarterback.
You mentioned that you wanted to control the line of scrimmage. Derek Jolly, head coach, one of their keys to the game. So far, they've been able to do that with positive yards in each running play. 1st and 10, 9:49 to play in the first quarter. Go up the middle for a couple yards. And nice run there from Cannon Foster, number 20, senior.
Yeah, dishing the ball around to some different runners early in this one. They're going to use a variety of runners if they want to pull this win out and advance to the next round. Also, Aberdeen has some nice helmets, little chrome look on the black.
Yeah, it's super sharp, super fresh. Those really pop in the numbers. Again, I got to shout out the numbers for both teams. Super easy to read for broadcasters. Lupe Ortiz takes it himself, trying to get to the outside, but it's 3-on-1. He makes 3 guys miss, cuts inside. Nice run there from Lupe Ortiz, who was dead to rights, but makes 3 guys miss as he cuts inside.
Yeah, 3 Spartans look like they're about to wrap him up, and he does a juke move to the right and gets just a couple more yards. And so you like to see out of your quarterback, good runner, high running IQ, when you can get a couple extra yards when you're dead to rights.
Ortiz looks a little bit hobbled as he comes up, but of course walks away. Just a super stud, strong quarterback. As he limps just a little bit to his place in the shotgun formation. Power right. Puts a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss.
That was a great read right there by the Spartan defense. They tried to fake a handoff to number 9, Eston Beck, but the Spartan defense read that well and wraps up Lupe Ortiz in the backfield.
A great job by the line and the linebackers to get in the backfield and not letting any of that eye candy, as Aberdeen will show, trick them up. So 4th and 6 as they get the call from the sideline. 27, Eric Alvarez, the sophomore, getting that call, sharing it with the quarterback who shares it with the team. And Priest River selling out on the run as they have their backers and their corners all inside. 4th and 6. Do they go outside? It is going to be a pass. He's got a man open, but that is incomplete. Missed his guy. Great defense from Priest River, and Priest River holds, and Aberdeen Tigers turns it over on downs. And now it's time for the Spartans to take over on offense.
Yeah, had the guy open, just couldn't connect, and 2 4th down attempts. They got one. The second one just didn't pan out. And now great field position, almost about midfield for the Spartans.
Spartans coming in pretty healthy, according to Coach Cepeda. They had some bumps and bruises, but they're fairly healthy at this point in the season, which is great to hear for your opening round playoff match. Rotate 2 guys to the right. Puts their man in motion. That's Colton Kaprenko. Hands off to Kaprenko. Kaprenko hops over one of his players and gets brought down, but decent gain there, about a gain of 3 for Kaprenko for the opening for this opening play for the Spartans offense.
Yeah, Kaprenko had to avoid one of his teammates. This is a little hurdle move, gets a couple yards, positive gain to begin this drive for Priest River.
Kaprenko was one of the key players that Coach Cepeda mentioned, along with Nate Fegert and Sawyer Stout. Stout leads the team in all kinds of rushing categories. Takes the snap, hands it off, and he's dropped down. Will they give him? They don't. Yeah, he really just back to the line of scrimmage. And that was number 33, Nate Fegert, on the run.
You had great vertical defense right there by the Tigers. Just collapsed right on Fagert.
So with that, just like that, it's 3rd and 10, 6 minutes to play in this first quarter. Won't be surprised to see, as quarterback is in the shotgun, if they go to the air here. 2-man at the top of your screen, takes the snap, couple step drop, got some man in the flat, and gets past the first down and then some. Nice play there from Sawyer Stout and his quarterback.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a missed assignment there by one of the Aberdeen Tigers, and a great read by the quarterback for Priest River.
Good yard after catch for Stout as he popped outside just beyond the flat. Nice job there for the Spartans. 1st and 10 as they're now in Aberdeen territory. Aberdeen shows blitz. Takes the snap. Run to the right side, follows blockers, finds a bit of a hole, but quickly gobbled up there from the Tigers. Good offense and good defense.
Yeah, it looks like he was a little shaken up after that, Sawyer Stout, but getting up okay as they blew it dead, but Aberdeen refused to hear the whistle as they took him straight to the ground still.
Sometimes a lot of that forward momentum, right?
Yeah,
You can't really stop yourself, and no penalty there. So Lucas Matthews, the junior quarterback, in the shotgun with Sawyer Stout on his left hip. Watch for Nate Feger on that right side. 2nd and 7. They hand it off to Stout. Stout pops to the outside, makes the guy miss. He's got room to run. Finally goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, red zone for the Priest River Spartans. 1st and 10, and they're looking to score.
Yeah, both teams came in hot to this matchup, and I think a lot of it, what I believe coming into this, is really the first team to throw the first punch will have a major advantage in this one, and Priest River's threatening to throw that first jab.
So 1st and 10 on the about 13-yard line, 4:29 to play in the first quarter. Matthews hands it off to Fegert. Fegert gets maybe a yard or two. Bit of eye candy in the backfield as well for the Spartans.
Yeah, we're on a lot of different little motion looks. Not an exact triple option, but 3 different options seems like on each play that a different player can carry the ball. Yeah, gets a couple yards, and they're just 8 yards away from punching one in.
Sawyer Stout behind Lucas Matthews, kind of a pistol formation. 2 receivers at the top. Figured on the outside. Takes the snap, hands it up, hands it off, tries to get in through that B gap, but the Tigers gobble that gap up. No problem for that defense. We'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I think this is a four down territory here for the Spartans. Wouldn't imagine they're going to go for a field goal this close, so they can, maybe get a little short yard play. They can still run it here. They don't necessarily need to go through the air to get the touchdown here.
They approach the line of scrimmage. Matthews got 2 receivers, puts one a bit in motion. Sawyer Stout on Matthews' left hip. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. It's a slant play, just falls incomplete. The ball got there, but just off the hands. Ball intended for Skylar Simcox, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, they had it there. The little slant had a little step on the defensive back. Just couldn't corral it. Now it's going to be a big 4th and 8. I'd imagine they go for it here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Another thing with the lower the classification gets, the more you'll see just teams go for it constantly on 4th down.
And this is where, if you're Aberdeen, you're grateful for that kicker who's kept them in games and saved them in some of their games. 4th and 8, takes the snap, no one in the backfield. He throws it high, And that ball falls incomplete, and a turnover on downs for Priest River. Great hold there from Aberdeen as Priest River was looking to score, and Aberdeen holds tight, and Aberdeen will take over on offense deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Stout was getting about anything he wanted that entire drive, and then they get down to 3rd and 8, and they decide to go to the air a couple times. Doesn't work out for him, but the bright side for Priest River, Aberdeen is pinned back in their own territory. They're going to have to drive the entire length of the field here. They want to get on the board first.
And you mentioned this during that drive, the first team who scores may be the team who wins this game. And a long sustained drive would definitely benefit Aberdeen here. Tigers pick their way through on that run. Not a long run, but Shackelford gets some decent blocking and gets about 5 yards.
The other thing about two offenses that will primarily control the ball on the ground is the time is running quickly as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Time is flying by. That's another reason why you want to score early, is to be able to control the game, run game, be able to take a lot of time off that clock.
Ortiz takes the snap, hands it off, right up the middle, breaks free, nice spin move, gets a couple more yards. Nice job there from number 27, Eric Alvarez, the sophomore running back. And Aberdeen giving the ball to all kinds of players.
Yeah, you know, when you're sophomore and get a first down for you, you know you're feeling good about your depth. And yeah, Aberdeen's throwing out a variety of ball carriers early. And now they have a little more room to breathe out of their own end zone now. They can out the 25-yard line.
1:43 to play. 1st and 10. And they have some more room to breathe as they're on the 25-yard line. He bouncing outside. Nice run there from number 9, Eston Beck. And Beck is finally brought down at about the 50-yard line. Nice run there from Beck. Welcome back from the injured list.
Yeah, always nice to come back from the injured list and just instantly get right back in the groove of things. And he doesn't look like he's missed a day. No rust for Eston Beck.
But there is a flag down. And that is a hold, and there's a reason why Beck was able to break free so well due to that hold. So they'll go back 20 yards and back deep in their own territory, unfortunately for the Tigers. That was the first kind of big play besides Priest River's throw in this game. 1:20 and counting to play in the first quarter. 1st and 20. On the 20-yard line, Tigers take the snap, hand it off. He gets outside, breaks a couple tackles, and he's still off and running. That's number 8, Luke Shackelford again, the senior. Nice run there from Shackelford. Gets a nice point to the mysterious kid in the blanket. A little shout out as he ran out of bounds and pointed at his buddy in the blanket.
That was awesome.
1st and 10 for Shackelford. No holding there. Nice big play there for the Tigers offense.
Yeah, he had a wide open gap. Credit the offensive line there for getting it for him. I thought he was about to bust it open, but Priest River got one guy to get a little bit of contact on his leg to slow him down just a little bit. And the help defense for the Spartans takes him down.
So the clock stopped with 1:05 as Shackelford went out of bounds. Ortiz puts a man in motion, fakes the handoff, takes it himself. And nice yards, about 4-yard carry for Ortiz.
Yeah, Aberdeen's having no issue right now running the ball down the field.
Yeah,
a variety of carriers too.
Right, and good blocking up front and then on the edges as well. The offensive line getting their pull.
Home matchup here for Aberdeen. It's Joel and I's first time broadcasting a game here. Beautiful area.
Beautiful area. Awesome stadium.
Yeah.
Great hosts. Best hosts in East Idaho.
Have to agree with you.
2nd and 6. 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. Run to the right side. Goes for a couple more yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and manageable for the Tigers.
3rd and 4. Yeah, I'll zoom out a little. You can see that there's literally houses right across, less than 100 yards from the playing field. I've noticed a couple of these houses have raised the blinds in their windows. Maybe they're watching the games from the comfort of their homes, since they have to have the angle of almost a full field from their house.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter with all that running. That one went by fast. We'll be right back. We'll take a quick break, recognize some sponsors. You're watching the opening weekend of Idaho High School football playoffs. Aberdeen Priest River will be back. Stay with us.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Your Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back to IdahoSports.com. Aberdeen High School are playing host to the Priest River Spartans. Tigers having a nice drive here, which took us to the end of the first quarter. The first two drives have ended in turnovers on down for both teams. But on this third drive, Tigers trying to make something happen. Lupe Ortiz breaks free, makes a couple guys miss, breaks a tackle, finally brought down. A hard tackle there from number 9, Skylar Simcox. But not before Lupe Ortiz gets a big gain for a first down.
Yeah, you said Lupe Ortiz was limping a little bit. Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
He's had a couple nice runs here, 3 straight, I believe, and puts him in great territory now. Puts it in Spartan territory.
Spartan territory just shy of the red zone. (0-0) as we start the second quarter with that big run from Ortiz. Run up to the left side. It's going to go for a couple yards. Again, Aberdeen consistently getting positive yards, whether it's outside or inside tackles.
Yeah, it's really only one play so far. It was on the first drive. They really got blown up. But outside of that, they've been able to run with ease. Almost whatever they want. Variety of ball carriers so far. Obviously, Lupe Ortiz getting a lot of the carries at quarterback.
And remember, this drive started at about the 15, 10,
8-yard line.
8-yard line. There we go.
Yeah, so they had to go 92 yards. And nice, long, consistent drive here for the Tigers.
And we mentioned Tigers would need a long drive here, and first team to score may be the team who wins this game. Power right side. Lupe Ortiz takes the snap. He hands it off. A little counter play there. Nice run from number 20, Cannon Foster. The senior running back does a good job. Brings up 3rd and 2. 10:15 to play, Logan.
Yeah, Priest River's having a little bit of a tough time reading who's going to get the ball each time. There was almost Aberdeen almost has 3 options in each play on who gets to carry the ball. And not that Priest River hasn't given up the explosive big play yet, but they're allowing positive yards almost every single carry.
Priest River still selling out on the run. Handoff right side, bounces outside. Now he's got to beat 4 guys, and he gets almost inside the 5, just outside the 5-yard line. Nice running there from Luke Shackelford, the senior, who I feel like he's been playing for Aberdeen like 10 years. I've been hearing this guy's name for 3+ years.
Well,
Great run there from Shackelford.
Yeah, finally made it out here. He's going to put on a show here for us this afternoon. The senior. Aberdeen just a couple of years ago lost the state championship. They're trying to find their way back to that title. Priest River's first time back in the postseason in a couple of years.
So with 9:42 to play, 1st and 10, 1st and goal, inside, just outside the 5-yard line. As we have some movement, that's going to be a false start, looks like, on the offense. So that'll march him back on to about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of laundry there. Coach is going to like that. First-year head coach, Derek Jolly. He's wearing short sleeves down there on the field. A lot of people I see bundled up, wearing a couple layers. Derek Jolly isn't fazed by the cold here in Aberdeen.
Handoff up the middle. Another nice run there from Eston Beck. And Aberdeen Tigers are knocking on the door with a healthy dose of running, both inside, outside, mixing in some counter. And this run team is so hard to stop.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the Boise State fan having to play Air Force every year. And Air Force every year seems just to be able to dominate with the option. They might not have the biggest athletes, but the way they play just give them so many options to run the ball.
And if you're the opposing offense, you never get to touch the ball.
Exactly. We see Shelley run an extreme version of it.
Ortiz takes the snap, handed off. That's left side, far side, trying to get in. He does get in. Touchdown, Aberdeen Tigers. The Tigers strike first.
Great carry there to put up the first 6 of the game. See if they go for 2. Aberdeen does have a strong kicking game, so I'd imagine, yeah, they will roll out the kicker, number 22, Guillermo Barrera.
Guillermo Pereira kicks it up, and that is a solid kick. The kick is good, 7-0. Tigers lead, first ones to strike in this opening round playoff matchup. 8:57 left, 7-0, Tigers leading. Let's recognize the sponsor, Logan.
Yes, Sun River, Idaho, and Aberdeen. It's a locally owned potato fresh pack company and has been locally owned and serving the local area for nearly 25 years. Give Sun River, Idaho a call at 208-397-4166. Once again, 208-397-4166. Call them today. Everyone at Sun River, Idaho is proud to support all Aberdeen student athletes. Kim Wallen is proud to be a third-generation farmer and huge supporter of the local community and schools. Kim Wallen Farms raises wheat, sugar beets, corn, and, of course, potatoes on prime farmland. Everyone at Kim Wallen Farms wishes the Aberdeen Tigers good luck in tonight's game. And that luck's paying off early. Not sure if it's luck or just pure dominance running the ball. The Aberdeen Tigers have a 7-0 advantage with 9 minutes to go here in the first half.
And that drive started towards the end of the first quarter, Logan. And they take off quite a bit of time as they ran that ball. And they went 92 yards, starting, like you said, Logan, on the 8-yard line and finished off with that 4-yard touchdown run from Eric Alvarez. PAT is good. Tigers lead 7-0. A squib kick right down the middle. Recovered nicely by the Spartans. And decent return there, get just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Spartans will take over on about the 29.
Yeah, solid field position here for the Spartans. They're going to have to get something going here. This is their third drive. They've had a couple solid, stringing together a couple first downs and haven't been able to find the end zone or put any points on the board. So right here, I'd expect, pretty sure, maybe to change a couple things up. Give a couple different looks in the run game that they're known for.
Matthews in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes handoff, and pitches it. But he's got to beat 2 guys. Number 21 does break a couple tackles and finally gets pushed out of bounds, tackled out of bounds. That was Colton Kaprenko on the run.
Yeah, the speed of the Aberdeen Tigers linebackers just giving him no room to run horizontally. And they've been dominating that type of pitch run almost all game. Preserves had most success running the ball more vertical, surprisingly, as that's usually the opposite in the run game. Teams will find more success in the outside runs.
Yeah, if your offensive line can get that pull in and keep the defensive line from setting their edge, you'll have great success on the outside. Alex Cepeda, really proud of his young team. I keep looking at the roster, and it's a lot of sophomores and juniors. Not a lot of seniors, but so far playing pretty good football as it's a throw to the near flat. They try to rip the ball out, and they can't, but they keep missing tackles. Nice job by number 80 of the Spartans, Ian Lamana, the junior wide receiver, to keep pushing forward despite all those tacklers trying to strip the ball from him.
Yeah, it's impressive, especially when you have multiple Tigers jabbing the ball away from you to hold on to it. Both teams want to win the turnover differential. Priest River, like you said, in the open had a 7-turnover game, which is just unbelievable. And then Aberdeen's won the turnover battle in every game besides the one game they lost. That's a major key for them.
7:25 to play in the second quarter. Matthews puts his man in motion. Kaprenko. And it's a throw. That is sniffed out and shut down. Great defensive play there from the Tigers, number 33, Tannen Nelson. My goodness.
Yeah, there was a screen that was just blown up. Blockers missed an assignment. At least one guy as he just bulldozed the ball carrier. And now second 16. It's one of those where you almost wish it was just incomplete.
Right.
Because now it's a 6-yard loss.
And even though it's in the backfield, beyond the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, that forward throw is a pass. So if it falls incomplete, not a fumble. So second and long, 6:33 to play in this first half. Matthews takes the snap. It's going to be a throw play. Throws to that right far side flat, and good shoestring tackle saved a lot more yards because once number 6, Sawyer Stout, caught that, he had green grass there, Logan.
Yeah, Sawyer Stout's probably the best runner on the Spartans, and yeah, just great wrap up there. They don't want to allow a second opportunity. They allowed a couple, they didn't get burnt so far, and on that, they got him on first contact, which is key for the Tigers defense.
So 3rd and 15 for Lucas Matthews and this young Spartans offense. He has time to throw. He does throw, and he gets back to the original sticks, but it's going to be definitely not enough. Going to bring up 4th and about 9, maybe 10, maybe 9.
Yeah, they're completing passes. They're just not, big chunk passes here. 4th and 9.
Yeah,
Imagine a punt here.
So far, like you said earlier, no big plays for either team. They've routed off big runs, but no chunk plays where you're getting 15, 20 yards downfield. So Spartans will punt. And it's a good high punt. And it takes a neutral bounce as it bounces to our near side. So good punt from the Spartans. And the Aberdeen Tigers will take over looks like it's going to be at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, about one more second. I think Aberdeen almost might not even block it. They might actually tackle the punter there. So they had a couple guys get into the backfield there. Luckily, they're able to get the punt off. The punter for Priest River being Aiden Grismere, who also is on the defensive line. It's also their punter. And his brother, along with him, also on the defensive line for Priest River.
Yeah, you got Gavin Grismer and Andon Grismer. Both brothers. One is a freshman, Andon, and one is a junior, Gavin. As we have a huge play from Esteban Cerna, will not go down without a major fight. Takes about the entire Priest River community to bring Ortiz down. Cerna down.
Well, we were talking about chunk plays, and they'll give us one right there. First 15-yard plus pass of the ball game so far.
And it was a good pass, but it was a better yards after catch.
It really was. That was impressive. What I noticed about most of these Tigers is they seek out the contact and are able to almost play off it.
Yeah, offensive coordinator heard us saying no chunk plays, and they said, watch this. And it's a fumble at the mesh point. The Spartans say they got it, but I thought Aberdeen had recovered. And sure enough, Priest River recovers the first turnover of the ball game. That mesh point was a little iffy there, Logan, and the ball goes bouncing in front of him as Lupe Ortiz fumbles the football.
Yeah, he's now full control of it, and big break there for Priest River. The way that Aberdeen's been able to control the clock. There's 4 minutes here left in the first half. They almost thought that Aberdeen could slowly get down, punch one in, take a nice 2-score lead into halftime. And now Priest River with their best field position to start a drive all game.
So Matthews to command his offense once again. 2 receivers near side. Running back to his left hip. He does hand it off to Sawyer Stout. Stout tries to get outside it, but that Tigers defense is not letting anything get past them.
Yeah, they're out the figure something out here. They were completing passes, just not big yardage. And Stout, he's due for a big run here. He's been their incredible rusher for Priest River all season.
And they gave him a yard, but that is definitely a 2nd and 9 3/4. Little Harry Potter here at Aberdeen High. 3:38 to play in the half. And Priest River will call their first timeout of the half, and we'll take a quick timeout and recognize a sponsor, Logan.
Yes, Sun River of Idaho and Aberdeen is a locally owned potato fresh pack company that has been locally owned and serving the local area for 25 years. Give Sun River of Idaho a call at 208-397-4166. Once again, that is 208-397-4166. Today, everyone at Sun River of Idaho is proud to support all Aberdeen student athletes. And Kim Wallen is proud to be a 3rd-generation farmer and huge supporter of the local community and school. Kim Wallen Farms raises wheat, sugar beets, corn, and of course, potatoes on prime farmland. Everyone at Kim Wallen Farms wants to wish the Aberdeen Tigers good luck in today's game.
Quick game reset. We've had 6 drives, Logan, and the first 2 ended in turnovers on down for both teams. The third one was Aberdeen scoring finally after a 92-yard drive off a 4-yard touchdown run from Eric Alvarez. PAT was good. And since then, we've had a punt, fumble, and now the 6th drive is Priest River taking over. 2nd and 9 after a short gain. Matthews goes long on the far side, deep down the sideline. That ball falls incomplete. Good throw. Hung long enough for his receiver to get there, but it was too far. Pass intended for number 80, Ian Lamana.
Yeah, Ian Lamana had a beat on the defensive back there. He just throw, yeah, like you said, just a little too long. I like the play, though. Priest River going a little more in the air than I expected early in this one. A lot to do with Aberdeen closing in on the run. Aberdeen has, once again, 4 shutouts this season. They do not allow many points, and like you said in the open, if Aberdeen can score a couple times, they are very confident their defense can hold. Their defense have a big 3rd down right here.
Like Logan said, 3rd and 9. Handoff to our near side. Hits that A-gap, no problem. And looks like they are going to give him the first down. Solid run there from number 24, Leighton Goins.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 play. Obviously, most likely 4-down territory since it's at about midfield. So they went with a run on the first one, and that got it enough. They might bring out a measurement here. They'll respot it.
Okay, so what we thought was the first down, they were going to give them 4th and 1, but they're going to bring out the chain gang, and measure the spot.
I mean, I'm not
right now they have it marked as 4th and 1, Logan. And from your view, what do you got, Logan?
I think it's a first down from my point of view, but I'm a little angled here on the camera. This is gonna be close.
Looks like he's gonna be short.
Just short.
Just short of the first down. So indeed, 4th and 1 for Priest River, and you know that 3rd down was more getting ready for 4th down, no doubt, Logan. So they will get ready for 4th. But it was a nice run right up the middle.
Yeah, I found it a little
from Priest River.
The original spot was about a half-yard forward, which would have gave him the first down. They respotted it, then brought the measurement. Now it'll be 4th and short.
And it was a good call from our near side judge, who saw the knee go down as the ball was hitting. The far side judge didn't see that and gave them a favorable spot. But Priest River 4th and inches. They hand it off. He hits near side, right up through that B gap, and he gets the first down and then some in a scrum. A little rugby scrum right there in the middle. between hashes. First down, Priest River.
I think that area's had quite a few rugby scrums. The grass is starting to seed away from that area of the field. A little bit of dirt. It looked we had a little bit of a dust devil arise from the pile there at the 38-yard line.
And that's when you know a team runs a lot, when when the grass between hashes is basically dirt.
Yep.
Just some great hard-nosed football from this Tigers offense. But Priest River is on the call right now as they're in the shotgun. Matthews with 2 receivers on both hips. Excuse me, 2 runners, backs on his both hips, 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Fake throw and they hand off, trying to follow his blockers, cuts inside. Nice decision there from number 6, Sawyer Stout. Positive yards as he didn't have much going on that far side corner.
Yeah, starting to get their offense a little more warmed up, especially in the run game. Initially started, they were getting 1-2 yards per carry, and now they're starting to get a little bit more, 4 or 5. They had a 9-yard carry. They're starting to look a little more sound on offense. Offensive line stepping up big here. So it looks like an official's timeout. We're back.
So with 1:50 to play in the half, Priest River trying to score before the clock runs 0 in this first half. Matthews takes the snap. He hands it off. Shoestring tackles miss, and 33, Nate Fegert does a great job getting another first down, stops the clock to move the chains, which is exactly what Priest River wants. 1:32 to play before halftime.
Well, you know, they started passing the ball a little bit, and I think now Aberdeen's not completely selling out on the run every time like they were the first couple drives. That's opening up the run game a lot more for the Spartans here as they're continuously looking a little more like Aberdeen's offense that we just saw, just getting the big chunk plays through the ground.
Takes the snap. Matthews goes across the middle. That's caught. And yard after catch is pretty positive. Great throw, great catch by Skylar Simcox from Lucas Matthews. Simcox the senior, Lucas the junior. So nice junior-senior connection. 1:03 to play, first and goal.
Well, we're talking about the first punch of the game. Aberdeen got the first punch. I think it woke up the Spartans as they're looking to get a counter.
Priest River trying to answer before halftime. The clock is rolling, 48 seconds before halftime. Takes the snap, another handoff. Sawyer Stout bounce outside. He's going to get him for 6. Touchdown, Priest River Spartans.
Sawyer Stout, 6 points for the Spartans.
Great carry there for Stout. There's an injured player on the field, but that'll put up for 6. It'll be a big decision here. The player is number 34, I believe, for the Spartans. That would be Lucas Simcox, their tight end. He is now running off the field with a light limp. Just need a little bit of a breather, it looks like. Now we'll see. It'll be interesting if they go for 2. I don't see their typical kicker out there, so looks like they will go for it here.
So Priest River gets in for 6, trying to go for 2 to take the lead before halftime. 40 seconds to play. It's a direct snap to Stout. Stout tries to go inside, follows blockers. He's not going to get it. Great goal line stop there on the 2-point conversion. It fails, and Aberdeen Tigers keep their lead 7-6.
Yeah, great stop there. Stout tried to break through, and Aberdeen gave him nothing. Now they'll have 1-point advantage. They'll have 40 seconds to see if they can drive down the field and get something. They do have a kicker that can boot some field goals, so if they can get it, maybe within the 20 to 30 yard range, maybe give them a shot with 40 seconds.
Yeah, the senior Guillermo Pereira plays soccer for this Aberdeen, for Aberdeen soccer. The boys' Aberdeen soccer team, excuse me, and he came in kind of late into the season, or I guess into his career, into his football career. They asked him, "Hey, come on, play kicker for us." He's been a revelation for this offense, and like we said earlier in the broadcast, and in any level of high school football, but especially in the lower classifications, 3A, 2A, 8-man football, if you have special teams, you're going to win yourself a few more ball games.
Yeah, it's so crucial. It turns those 4th and goals, instead of going for it, to put up 3 on the board.
So it's an onside kick. Will that go 10 yards? It doesn't. So that's going to give favorable field position for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was a very bold move by the Spartans. And like you said, now an incredible field position. No time taken off the clock on the kickoff. So they'll have 40 seconds in Spartan territory to add to their 1-point lead.
And we saw a chunk play on the last Tigers drive before they fumbled the football. Let's see if they can get another chunk play and set themselves up for either a field goal or even a touchdown, as they are going to be lined up in Spartan territory.
Spartans 42-yard line.
Power right, Lupe Ortiz in the backfield in the shotgun, takes a snap. He takes it himself at the mesh point. Much better handoff fake there, as they almost tried that same play again where they fumbled it on the last drive. Ortiz almost gets the first down on that run.
Yeah, with 3 timeouts to spare, the Aberdeen Tigers will take their first one right here. Just 6 seconds off the clock, and they are already at the 34-yard line.
And we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're watching East Idaho Game Day. This is the opening round matchup of Aberdeen and Priest River. We'll be right back.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529.
Welcome back as Tigers break off a huge run by number 8, Luke Shackelford. They were out about the 40-yard line, and Shackelford runs just about 40 yards, gets inside the 10, first down, Tigers.
Massive pickup there. And now they have 25 seconds to get 10 yards and 2 timeouts. They can do about whatever they want here. Tigers threatening right when we thought the Spartans got right back in it, little counter their own. Aberdeen looking to get the advantage again here.
And there really wasn't much to that last play. That was Shackelford reading his blocking, his offensive line and receivers made great blocks to get that pull. And Shackelford, great running. Lupe Ortiz takes himself. He runs into tackler number 60, Nicky Porinchak. A nice tackle there for Porinchak, and another timeout for the Tigers. 18 seconds to play before half.
18 seconds left in the half.
Hey, 18 seconds left, 1 timeout. It'll be interesting to see if they have maybe one more run before they try to push it through the air here as they do. But like I said, 1 timeout to go here before we go to halftime.
Before that timeout, Porinchak he made a great tackle. Lupe Ortiz ran into Porinchak as Porinchak was trying to get off of his blocker. But Porinchak kind of made that first contact, which allowed the rest of his team to make that tackle on Lupe Ortiz. A nice defense from Priest River on that near left side. Our right side, their left side. Ortiz takes the snap, hands it off. Number 27 trying to push him into the end zone. Will he get in? Close, just shy of the touchdown. Nice running there from number 27, Eric Alvarez. Of course, remember, in the start of the second quarter, on their third drive, Eric Alvarez finished that 92-yard drive with a 4-yard touchdown run. Maybe they'll give it to him one more time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. With 10 seconds here, I don't know if they'll have enough time if they run and get stopped to be able to set up for another play. But, these were the big coaching decisions really come into play. And head coach Derek Jolly's going to have a big one here. Might be able to have 2 pass plays if the first one doesn't work out. But they've been able to push the ball a couple yards about each play up until, the last 2 plays, they've been stuffed at the line. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what they go with right here.
7-6, Tigers lead 1, trying to go up by 2 scores on about the 2-yard line. they stand. Ortiz in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off. Will he get in? And he's in for 6. Shackelford uses his senior intelligence to score that touchdown with 6 seconds left before halftime. Nice run in there from Shackelford. Great blocking up front from the Aberdeen offensive line.
Yeah, that onside kick might come back to bite the Spartans there. Not just onside kick, but also the onside kick not going at least 10 yards, given great field position for the Tigers, and they make him pay, putting up 6 and now 7 on the board in that drive.
Pereira with the solid kick. Both balls end over end on both those kicks, and could right through. That could be another 10-yarder.
Right.
So with the PAT good, Aberdeen leading 14-6, and like you said, Logan, on that onside kick, onside kick, you're going to give them decent field position, but it didn't go 10 yards, which gave the Tigers even better field position. And so after a quiet start to this game, we've now had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, three possessions, 3 straight touchdowns for both teams combined here. Or, excuse me, there was a fumble in between.
Yeah, there was a punt and a fumble,
yeah.
but the first 2 possessions were slow, but after those first 2 drives, we had a touchdown. 4th drive was a punt by Priest River. 5th drive from Aberdeen was a fumble by Lupe Ortiz, and Priest River then scored on the 6th drive, and here on that last drive, Aberdeen punches it in for 6 thanks to some great running from Shackelford and 3 other players on that drive. Kick is up end over end, received with a head of steam. And good hard running on that kickoff. Gets them to about 35-yard, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. Tigers leading 14-6 over the visiting team, Priest River Trojans. We'll take a quick break, recognize some sponsors, and be back for the halftime show. You're watching the Idaho High School opening round playoff 3A matchup, Priest River versus Aberdeen. We'll be right back.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to Aberdeen High School, where the Aberdeen Tigers lead the Priest River, the Priest River Spartans 14-6. Joel Richardson here with Logan Kelso. And Logan, after a quiet start, first two drives, we had a couple touchdowns by both teams, and then Aberdeen finishing the first half with a 2-yard touchdown run from Shackelford. With the extra point was good, and that brings us 14-6. Who have you seen so far that's really stuck out to you as a key player in this game?
Well, Priest River Stout's been phenomenal. He's really kept them in this game, along with their junior quarterback. They when it was down, they're down 7-0. Priest River really had not much going. They got stopped. They had one nice drive. They got stopped at the 8-yard line. But other than that, they really had not much moving. And then they started handing the ball off to Stout a little more. Stout got some plus yardage going for Priest River, and that ended up resulting driving all the way down the field to put up 6 on the board. And then for Aberdeen, it's really been the quarterback, Lupe Ortiz. He's been the field general. He's been reading really well, handing it off to the right guy. They've been finding the gaps. Shackelford has been finding the end zone. And that's really been the difference is both teams kind of talked about a little. It's almost like watching the same offense on both teams. And right now, Aberdeen has a little bit more of an advantage there. A lot of that the second scoring drive for Aberdeen, a lot of that to do with self-inflicted wounds by Priest River. Go for the onside kick, not getting it at 10 yards with the illegal touching penalty, moving the ball even forward with 40 seconds. Gave Aberdeen all the time in the world with 3 timeouts to punch another one in. So far, that's really been the difference. It's almost been a evenly matched game. One thing that head coach Derek Jolly wants the Tigers to correct at halftime is a turnover differential. They gave up one fumble that ended up not really resulting in a ton for Priest River. But he said we need to win the turnover differential to win this game this afternoon. So far, they're down 1 in that differential.
And for Spartans, what do you want to see differently from them as they're down by 8 points in the second half?
You know, honestly, that offense, the first scoring drive for Priest River, that's offense you want to see. They spread it out a little bit. They threatened to pass. They got a couple pass completions. That opened up the run game for Stout to find some holes. get some chunk yard plays. So for Priest River, I'd almost keep doing that. I'd almost get rid of the pitches, as Aberdeen has great vertical defense. They're not really allowing them to get many outside runs. I'd like to see a little more of the almost wide receiver screens work for them a little bit in the first half. And yeah, I think Priest River is not anywhere near out of this one.
Been a great halftime show so far on the field. Obviously, we're pretty good too, Logan, but the field has been great. We had the cheerleading squads from both Priest River and Aberdeen do their routines, did a great job. We even saw a flip in the air. The cheerleaders themselves threw their own, cheerleader in there, did a flip as she was coming down. Really impressive. And now, after both cheerleading teams did their routines to some great applause, this is the Southeast Idaho Youth Football Champs for, I want to say, was it fourth grade or third grade? But anyway, great job here from the Aberdeen Tigers football team, the Southeast Idaho Champs, as they do the "I Believe That We Will Win" chant. Love that one. That started as on the U.S. Men's National Team Soccer stage, and it's spread out to all kinds of football teams, youth sports teams. A great job there from the Aberdeen Tigers. Also want to shout out both coaches and both coaching staffs, Logan. Head coach Alex Cepeda, he's also, if you didn't hear our pregame show, he is the AD for the Priest River Spartans. Does a great job. And he said, look, I love our team. We're extremely young. He said they have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, which we've seen that on the roster. A lot of guys making plays are those freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. But he said what could also be a greater weakness could be our greatest strength, because they really have nothing to lose. Yeah. Right. You obviously want to win every game, Logan. But man, when you're young, you're still developing, and you're okay. Hey, we got one more year to really figure this out.
Yeah. Well, another thing, they started the season off 0-2, and a lot of people's excuses for Priest River is, they're a young team, they're still developing. They won 6 straight. Those 6 straight wins is a program-building statement for the Spartans, and I don't think they find themselves as an underdog despite the players on their team being a little bit younger. This might be, their first taste of the postseason, but they're really not afraid. And another thing we really talked about, a team traveling from North Idaho, especially the Panhandle, all the way down to East Idaho, right here, kind of a couple hours from the Wyoming border. That's a major home field advantage here for Aberdeen. And Priest River hasn't really shown any, not jet lag since they took the bus.
No rust.
But they seem completely fresh, ready to play. It's almost like watching a little bit of a boxing match. Both teams very evenly matched, in my opinion. Both run very similar offenses and very similar defenses. And right now, Priest River got the counter punch on him after the Tigers scored, and then the Tigers immediately took another round from them. And now 14-6. It's really going to be a complete second half game. If the Tigers score one more, it's going to be very tough for Priest River to come back due to the run offense, being able to take 5 minutes off almost each possession, if they score or not. So it's key for Priest River, I think, here to score on their first possession to even this one out and not let Aberdeen get control of the clock.
And head coach Alex Cepeda, he is the offensive coordinator. He calls the call. Yeah. He makes the calls on offense. Brandon Goins is their defensive coordinator, and he's got a son on this team. Leighton Goins, again, another young player, only a freshman, but we've called his name a few times. And let's shout out the Aberdeen Tigers coaching staff. Head coach Derek Jolly, he's in his first year. He's first year head coaching after many years as an assistant. The former head coach from this Aberdeen community, Braden Driscoll, he was the head coach for 2 years, but he was 8 years, worked the video, so about 9-10 years on staff, total before stepping down and work called his name and had to step away from the head coaching duties. But dude, he is here every week and every practice, said Jolly, and I got to talk with Coach Driscoll before the game, and Driscoll was super proud of Jolly's work so far as head coach. And when I talked to Derek Jolly, I said, so what's changed in your new head coaching gig? And he said, just talking to you guys, because some of the logistics and having to take those calls from the media. But a great guy, humble, hard worker. And like you said, down there in short sleeves.
Yeah.
And it's not a super cold day, but, the wind picks up a little bit. And
Yeah.
you and I are we've switched from like no jacket to jacket, beanie to no beanie, as the temps kind of drop back and forth with the wind, partly cloudy, partly sunny temps. But yeah, Derek Jolly down there, doing really good work so far in his first year, but been on this squad, on this coaching staff many years as the assistant and for Aberdeen. Derek Jolly, he is also the offensive play caller. So just like Cepeda for the Priest River Spartans, for the Tigers, it is the head coach, Derek Jolly, calling the offense. And then Jared Reed is the defensive coordinator. And then Vince King, shout out Vince King. He's another assistant. He helped me with a lot of the name pronunciations for this squad. Did a great job. And then, of course, Braden Driscoll and Driscoll and all the other coaches on the staff. And, of course, we can't fail to mention the AD here for Aberdeen Tigers, Natalie Lewis, has been a great host, really helped us out. And all the guys up here, we're all hanging out together up here in the booth. The sound guy helped us out, get coordinated. Just a great family atmosphere here in Aberdeen, and really impressed with Priest River's Spartans coaching staff and their friendliness and helping us get this game prepared for you all out there.
Yeah, it's been like you said before, it's my first time even in Aberdeen alone. The high school, we're calling a game here. And they come up and it's this awesome field. You're just driving down a neighborhood and all of a sudden this giant football field appears. They have the nice stripe. I wish I could show you guys, but the camera's facing the other way. But on our side, they have nice striped stands. They have white, orange, white. And then a rarity, a double-decker press box.
Yeah, no, it's really cool up here. And we're on the top part of the double-decker.
Great view.
Great atmosphere. And finally making this atmosphere really spunk out is the band, dude. The live band here, the Tigers. I don't know if we call it a marching band or really the pep band for the Tigers. Does a great job. Even heard them play "Eye of the Tiger," which is fitting for the mascot here.
Yeah, they have someone on drums, a full drum set down there. Band leader's getting into it. He's playing an instrument himself. Little strong, tight-knit band. It looks like around 12 students down there, maybe of all ages. I'm not sure they're all high schoolers. Might get some middle schoolers in the band, but they've been awesome. They did crush the national anthem. They've been crushing the tunes really all game, and both teams finally getting back on the field. Well, at least Aberdeen is. No sign of the Spartans yet. So there's only 30 seconds till the halftime concludes, so I expect we'll have a couple more minutes added on to the clock here.
So we'll end our halftime show there, and we'll take a quick break, recognize the sponsor, and be right back for the second half of this opening round 3A playoff matchup of the Tigers versus the Spartans. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your health.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Welcome back to Aberdeen High School, where we are set to kick off this second half. Aberdeen Tigers playing host to Priest River Spartans in this 3A opening round matchup of Idaho High School playoffs. Joel Richardson with Logan Kelso on the call. Great to have you all with us. It's been a great weekend of football. IdahoSports.com bringing you 15-plus playoff games this weekend, including this one here at Aberdeen. We got a good one, 14-6 if you're just joining us. Been a great atmosphere here, good football, good hard-nosed running from both teams. A few passes, but mostly misdirection in the backfield, running inside, outside, between tackles, outside tackles. If you are a fan of old-school hard-nosed football, this is your game, Logan.
It really has been. We've seen some just ground and pound by both teams. Second half should most likely be no different. 24 minutes to decide a winner here.
Nice end-over-end kickoff. Goes number 24, comes inside. Nice run, good return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 35-yard line. Kick was by number 22, Guillermo Pereira, who's kicked now 2 extra points. Both have been solid, helping out in that 14-point 8-point lead, total 14 points for the Tigers offense. So Priest River will start on the 34-yard line, going east to west in the white tops, black pants. Aberdeen dressed in the all blacks with those sweet chrome helmets.
Awesome.
And that great tiger on the helmet. Look good, play good, right, Logan?
Oh, yeah.
As the first play is going to be a pass to the flat. He missed his tackle, missed his block, and still on his feet. Tries to cut inside and finally brought down after a bevy of missed tackles. Ian Lamana tries to spring free, still doesn't get much. Well, he doesn't get any. He actually loses about 5 yards. But he should have lost more, but tries to get free.
Yeah, at first I was almost like, hey, he probably should just go down, take the loss. When he got back up, he went back almost 5 more yards, but he found his way to only lose 4 instead of the initial 5 to 6 yards.
And Lamana's teammate gave him no help as he was supposed to block, but could not finish, and Lamana loses 4. Handoff to the far side, tries to cut in, and Tigers swarm him on the line. Nothing going on this first drive for Priest River. That's going to bring up 3rd and forever for this Spartans offense.
Yeah, at halftime, the halftime show, I said how crucial it is for Priest River to even this one up, especially with the way that the Tigers can run the ball and chew off time on the clock. And now it is a major 3rd down. They have to get at least, I'd say, 10 yards to at least think about going for it.
And Priest River has been able to complete a few passes, but they haven't been for many yards, mostly to the flats. He rolls to his near side and met immediately after catch. And that was number 21 on the catch for the Spartans, Colton Kaprenko. But nice job by Mitchell Elliott, who met Kaprenko immediately to make the tackle.
Yeah, Mitchell Elliott read the quarterback's eyes really well. I'm surprised why he was able to hold on to it, as there was immediate contact, and good on him to not jump it and maybe scrub his shoulder and get a penalty. Now it'll be a big punt situation here.
So Lyndon Rainwater, the guard and defensive end, back to punt, a junior, and that punt gets blocked, picked up by the Tigers, and they're going to start with excellent field position. Got to that backfield as fast as a Tiger there, Logan.
Yeah, that was impressive, Joel. I think 2 guys got their hands on the ball and just stuffed it. And then they looked down, and the player was pretty much laying on the ball. Just had to get his hands on it to secure it. And now, excellent field position here for Aberdeen to start their first drive here in the second half.
So special teams coming alive here for the Tigers, which is probably a bit offensive for Pereira as he's been alive all game on special teams, but the punting team coming alive there on the block. Handoff, that's number 8, Luke Shackelford. Picks his way for a few yards. About 4 to beat. And that's about 5 yards. We'll continue this drive on the 15-yard line.
Priest River is going to need a big stop here if they want to continue to stay in this one. 2 scores will not be enough to put it away, but it'll definitely put a major deficit on the Spartans' back if the Tigers can punch one in here. And it could be field goal range for their kicker already.
Ortiz puts his man in motion, hands it off to Shackelford. Shackelford tries to get second level, but good tackling there from the Spartans. Good read. A number of Spartans on that tackle. Skylar Simcox was in on that defensive play as well.
I'm really impressed with the way Shackelford's able to control his body. Even with the contact, he's able to move his body weight forward to just get an extra couple yards. And those are so meaningful, especially in playoff football. And Aberdeen now first and 10 or first and goal, excuse me, at the 9. 9.5, I should say. Or 9 3/4, as Joel would like to say.
8:27 to play in the third quarter. First and goal, 9-yard line. Puts his man in motion, fakes the handoff. Ortiz will take it himself, wiggling his way through tackles. Almost gets him, but he's just shy of the goal line. Looks like he's going to be on about the 1, maybe 2-yard line.
Yeah, the fake handoff got me. I twitched the camera right and then had to readjust it to find Lupe. He deceived even me doing color and camera today.
And it really was Lupe Ortiz it was like he was crawling through a cave, pushing away grass as he lowered his head but kept his eyes up, looking for any kind of hole he could find. Nice run there from Ortiz. As they line up on the 2-yard line, looking to make this a 2-score ball game. Ortiz puts his man in motion, takes the snap. That's Shackelford, and he's going to be in, upended. 4-6, waiting for the call. It is touchdown, Shackelford.
Shackelford finding the end zone once again. Now Aberdeen is in full control of this game. Just one possession for each team here in the second half.
So the Tigers not giving Prairie any love on this one and will go for 2. Ortiz awaits the snap, takes it, hands it off to the right side. That's going to be easy. In for 2 points. No problem for Eston Beck. My goodness, you and I could have walked through that hole.
Yeah, and that's a smart analytical move by the coach to go for 2 there. You know, you go the extra point, you're up 15. Now you're up 16, and now Priest River's going to have to, they most likely will go for 2 regardless, but now they have to get 2 extra point conversions along with 2 touchdowns to even this game up. Aberdeen putting this game in full control right now.
So I wanted Pereira to kick that extra point because you just, it's great. You want to see the kicker do his thing. He doesn't get a lot of love, but that was a great, like you said, analytical decision from Derek Jolly, head coach Derek Jolly, to go for 2 there and force even more, touchdowns to be scored by Priest River.
Yeah, and now you'll see the Guillermo get a kickoff right here.
Okay, I guess we'll take that. That's fine. That's a good consolation. Pereira on the kickoff. Again, the senior soccer player. Joined the football team this year and has been solid for this team as they go for the onside kick. Just recovered there, and they're going to have nice field position. That's number 60 on the recovery, Nikki Perinchuk. The sophomore guard slash defensive end.
Picked up by number 60.
So after the touchdown 2-point conversion, they they do a, I don't know, a bit of a hybrid almost, kind of a pooch, but also an onside kick. They almost recover, but Porinchak gets it before they do, and gets a nice return, and they are in. The Spartans are in Tiger territory.
Yeah, I mean, bold move. You're up 16, so it's not going to hurt him too much here. But it wasn't the worst attempt, as he got it 10-plus yards, but Priest River's right on it.
Matthews in the shotgun, empty. He hands it off, and they end up going up the middle after some trickery there. That was Nate Fegert on the run, the sophomore, running back. Nate Fegert, one of the key players for this young Spartans football team, has played well today.
Yeah, and Priest River, after the little bit of a slow start in the run game, they have been getting 5, 6, 7 yards per carry since the first couple possessions, and starting off their third possession with a lot of the same here, or a lot of second possession here in the second half, a lot of the same.
Again, empty backfield for Matthews. Matthews hands it up to Fegert once again, and Fegert, big hit there just beyond the line of scrimmage, 33 on 33. Nate Fegert gets stopped by his 33 opponent, Tannen Nelson, one of the leading tacklers on this Aberdeen defensive team.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an RPO there, give the quarterback an option to pass, but hands it off instead, not for much. This is 4 down territory, no doubt here for the Spartans.
3rd and 6, 6:14 to play, ball on the 37-yard line. You got a bunch on the near side. Matthews hands it off. That's number 21 on the handoff, Colton Koprenko. And Koprenko gets a couple more yards.
Yeah, those outside runs just aren't really working right now for Priest River.
Yeah, I said a couple yards, but he got 0 yards on that, 4th and 6. So Priest River they lost a yard there, 4th and 7, excuse me. So Matthews will try to dial something up here as the leader of this offense and try to convert here as they're down 22-6. Takes the snap. Matthews rolls to our near side, throws it before getting hit. That pass is caught but then dropped and should have been caught there. The ball hit his hands, no problem. That was Skylar Simcox on the drop there.
Yeah, it was right in his hands, just couldn't rein it in, and that's a brutal break there for Priest River, as now Aberdeen in full control of this game, can chew some clock here in the 3rd.
And Simcox had ran a good route. He was at the sticks or maybe just beyond. And I like the sportsmanship from the quarterback, Lucas Matthews, comes over to Simcox and helps him up and high fives him and making sure he knows that, hey, let's keep playing. We made that drop. Let's win the next rep. As a handoff for the Tigers, going to the our near side, and finally goes out of bounds is number 8, Luke Shackelford, who just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story of the game for Shackelford. When he sees a hole, he makes the defenders pay, and right there moves the chains past midfield.
But if I'm Coach Jolly, I'm telling Luke, don't go out of bounds. Just go down if you're going to go out of bounds. Let that clock roll as you're up 22-6. 1st and 10 after that nice run from Shackelford for this Tigers offense. Big center Ivan Brabiska hikes the ball to his quarterback. Ortiz hands it off to Eston Beck, and Beck was almost brought down at the line of scrimmage, but is able to pick his way through that BC gap and gets a couple.
Yeah, made a little bit out of nothing right there. It's a couple yards.
Ivan Brabiska, the senior center for this Tigers defense. He's a big dude down there, Logan.
Yeah, there's for a 3A classification matchup, you don't really see the size, and both teams have some big guys on both sides of the line. And you are right, the center for Priest River is a pretty big guy.
Aberdeen's Ivan Brabiska, if he were a bit taller, he might be able to play next level. As a nice trickery handoff, a bit of a counter to number 20, Cannon Foster, goes a few more yards. And when you're getting 3-4 yards every play, averaging 3-4 yards every play, you're going to win ball games, Logan.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, that's what they've been doing just about all game. They haven't really had to switch up any of their game plan. They haven't really thrown the ball in the air here in the second half. And they don't really need to. They have this Shackelford's going to check back in.
You also have on the line Adam Valdez, the sophomore. He's a big dude as well. So with 52, Ivan Brabiska, and 53, Adam Valdez, two big guys really shoring up that offensive line, you're going to get positive yards. Ortiz takes the snap. And he'll take it himself to our near side and tackled at the 31-yard line, and that'll be a first down for Lupe Ortiz.
Lupe Ortiz finding the gap, finding the sticks, and good run IQ there. Keeps the clock running as well. Another first down for the Tigers.
First and 10 on the Spartan 31 with 3 minutes left in the third.
You know, the Spartans are a young team. Aberdeen, on the other hand, an older team, but you do have Lupe Ortiz, who's a junior. So he'll be back next year, but Luke Shackelford, Eston Beck, Esteban Cerna, all seniors. Cannon Foster, we've called his name a few times, as they hand it off to number 27, Eric Alvarez. He's one of those young bucks who's been playing really well. Scored a touchdown earlier today. Again, he's only a sophomore, so he'll be back next year. So as you're thinking, you know, as you're making these deep playoff runs, you're loving the experience that your young guys are getting.
Exactly, and you know, with a little bit of a pad in the lead right now, Priest River can sub in, Aberdeen can sub in, you know, some younger guys, give them a little bit of experience. And the same goes for Priest River. You know, this is a lot of their players' first playoff game. Good experience to have going into the future for both programs.
No doubt. 2:06 and counting to play in the third quarter. 2nd and 7. Ball on about the 31-yard line. Nice run there, just right up the middle. Jumps over a couple guys and finally tackled at his feet is Eston Beck, one of the seniors that we mentioned. And Eston Beck with a first down run.
Yeah, just Eston Beck and Shackelford just seem to be subbing in and out for each other. A lot of them actually getting the play from the coach and then running into the huddle, taking a lot of the time you see the quarterback run every time back and forth. But obviously Aberdeen's coach is very confident in a lot of their senior leaders.
And as you say, that Beck comes off and Shackelford comes on the left hip of Lupe Ortiz. And they hand it off to Shackelford. Tries to make a man miss, does. They get to the backfield, but he's able to get beyond the line of scrimmage. Nice run in there from Shackelford, who makes two guys miss and gets positive yards.
Yeah,
thought they had him in the backfield there.
Yeah, it's what he's been doing all game, kind of breaking the first contact and getting us a couple more yards. And now it's 2nd and 6 here, under a minute to go in the third.
53 and counting specifically. 22-6 as we end this third quarter of action. To start this third, we had a Priest River punt blocked on their opening drive of the half. And then Aberdeen with a 2-yard touchdown rush from that great field position. See if they can score one before the third quarter ends. Ortiz, again, picking his way and gets almost inside the 10-yard line, just beyond the 10-yard line, keeps it himself. It'll bring up third. And we're going to call it 2.
Yeah, that was a great play by Lupe Ortiz. I don't know if he's originally on that play supposed to carry it himself, but there's a high snap. I think he noticed that the defensive line was kind of pushing him in, so he decided to take it himself to get 4 yards there.
And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Aberdeen Tigers leading 22-6 over the Priest River Spartans. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the closing quarter of this game. You're watching 3A opening round playoff matchup on IdahoSports.com.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
Welcome back to IdahoSports.com. 3A opening round matchup of the Aberdeen Tigers and the Priest River Spartans as we set to start this fourth quarter. Aberdeen 3rd and 2. Ortiz hands it off to Shackelford. Shackelford takes it right side, left side. And just shy of the touchdown. Nice run there from, Eston Beck, not Luke Shackelford, but Eston Beck on the run.
Yeah, solid carry there. Making it 1st and goal now as the clock just keeps on ticking. Priest River can't do anything about it right now.
And the only thing they could do was force a fumble. We've only seen one fumble today, and that was Lupe Ortiz at the mesh point. And Ortiz lost that ball, but no harm done as they're leading 22-6 and about to score again. Ortiz puts his man in motion, hands it off. This time it is Luke Shackelford. And Shackelford is in for another touchdown. Tigers score again.
Yeah, that score, that's almost a dagger right there. Take a 3-scored advantage with just 11-20 remaining. I think they might be going for it again here. Make it a 24-point game. As they will go for it here. A little bit of a shotgun set.
So Ortiz takes the snap. It's going to be an option. He'll take it himself, and he'll get tackled shy of the touchdown. 2-point conversion failed, but not before Shackelford gets in on that 4-yard touchdown run. That first run was from Eston Beck, and the touchdown run was from Shackelford. Nice job there again. Offensive line getting push, and the rushings and the rushers finishing the job there.
Yeah, terrific job there. They've just been able to keep running the ball. They haven't thrown the ball yet in the second half, and they haven't had to as the run game has been so successful this afternoon. And Aberdeen can smell the next round. Just 11-20 remaining here in this one.
And you mentioned the next round, Aberdeen, after all the teams play, as Aberdeen is the 1 seed in this opening round, but there are several other teams, including Declo, who got that first round bye. And once these quarterfinals, these opening round matchups are completed, then the quarterfinals are reseeded 1 through 8. And so Aberdeen will have to wait to see what those seedings look like after this game and others are completely finished in this opening weekend of games. Big kick there from Pereira. Nice job on the kickoff. Received well by Priest River. And he's met at the 34-yard line by a bevy of tacklers, 33-yard line, excuse me. And so Priest River will start at the 33-yard line. So with 11:14 to play, Priest River's down 28-6. If you're the offensive coordinator, you're head coach of Priest River, Alex Cepeda, what do you do here, Logan?
Gotta go with some shot plays. You gotta just see, I know your pass game hasn't been your bread and butter all game, but at this point, down 22, season's on the line. You can't just lay down here and keep the clock running. You gotta air it out a little bit. I'd like to see maybe get one of their wide receivers on the one-on-one coverage there.
They've gotten open. They've gotten space on the DBs. They elect to hand it off. And they get maybe a yard there, Logan. Bring up 2nd and 9, 11 minutes and ticking to play.
Yeah, they're still taking their time. They're still going to look like huddle up here. So at this point, pretty sure we're just going to stick to what they've been doing all game.
Right.
They're not going to switch it up here. Final, it's like 11 minutes of their season.
Well, and if you try to go for those home run plays, you run the risk of giving the ball up really quickly and allowing for yet another touchdown drive from the Tigers. So at least in this in this position, you hold the ball yourself. Matthews hands it off to Sawyer Stout. And Stout is met after gaining a couple yards.
And off on the left-hand side to number 6, Stout.
By a gang of tacklers. That was number 8.
2-yard gain, 3rd and 7.
Lucas Shackelford on the tackle.
Look at that, playing both ways.
Playing
here.
both ways.
Aberdeen doesn't believe in resting anyone just yet.
Well, and in 3A, it's not quite 8-man, but in 3A, you're still going to have a lot of players playing both ways. I mean, that happens all the way up in 6A if they're good enough. But, yeah, definitely as you get further down the classification, a lot of your star players are playing both ways. Matthews takes the snap, throws to the far sideline. That's going to fall incomplete. And the 3rd and 7 pass, as it falls incomplete, leads to 4th and 7 for the Spartans offense.
Yeah, and they'll have to go for it here in this situation. No doubt.
Number 50, Lyndon Rainwater, holding his right side a little bit. Hopefully he's okay as he stays in the game. Been a nice game from the Spartans. A couple plays didn't quite go their way. A couple drives ended without points. But played tough-nosed offense all game with a pass just falls incomplete. Had a man open. That was number 21, Colton Kaprenko, on the intended pass. The sophomore just drops the ball. And like you said, Logan, they've been open on those slants, especially the more deep slants. Some of the shallow stuff hasn't been open, but those deeper passes have been, and receivers dropping balls or the pass is too far for them.
Yeah, that's a little bit maybe of a inexperienced team, a little bit younger of a team. I'd expect that, going future seasons. Their quarterback will be a senior next year.
Right.
He's has the arm talent. It's just about maybe finding some receivers for him and developing those receivers there for the Spartans.
So the Spartans will punt on this play. Oh, they're going for it. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, that was a turnover on downs on that 4th down play. Nice spin move there from number 27, Eric Alvarez. And I was all over the place on that last one. Logan trying to help me direct traffic there that was a turnover on downs play.
Yeah, Alvarez
and Aberdeen takes
got a nice carry there.
The first play. Eric Alvarez on the run. Nice shimmy there, shimmy and shake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Shackelford on the sideline right now. Maybe rest him a little bit on offense, give maybe some of their younger ball carriers some snaps here. Never really had a single ball carrier not find success yet, so may as well keep running it. The sun's starting to creep into the camera and me.
Ortiz in the shotgun, 2 guys on his hips. And just a hard run up the middle by number 20, Cannon Foster, but there's a flag on the play. And this will be coming back.
Yeah, just the first penalty here of the second half. It's really been, so far, a clean game. Haven't seen too much stop of plays, as it will be holding, it looks like. Go back.
It looked like it was on Luis Tapia, the junior, on the hold. And so they'll march back 10 yards. But yeah, you look at the offensive line, you got number 74, Luis Tapia. 52, we already mentioned him, Ivan Brabiska. Number 57, Adam Valdez. Those are big fellas up front.
They really are. They have solid size. Definitely some of the bigger guys in the 3A classification.
Ortiz puts a man in motion, hands it off to Luke Shackelford. Shackelford gets second level and then some. And nice running from Shackelford, about a 6-yard run. 8:25 and counting to play. We'll bring up second and manageable.
A great run right there by Shackelford. He'll check in for one play. Now he's going to come right back off. Kind of limping off the field just a little bit. That might give enough for head coach Derek Jolly to maybe rest him with such a massive lead with just 8 minutes to go.
So Shackelford out, Eston Beck in. And it's impressive when the defense is selling out on the run and you're still able to get a good 5-6 yard push every play. Ortiz surveys. Hands it off. And that's again another 4, 5, 6 yards from Eston Beck. First down run.
Yeah, nice little carry there. Getting the first down, move the chains, move the clock. Keeps ticking down to the size of the Spartans.
Tigers inside the red zone. In the 15-yard line. 7:16 to play before this opening round matchup of the 3A playoffs end. Power left. You wonder if they'll go right. No, they follow their blockers to that left side. It cuts in. Nice run as he cuts into the middle. Number 27, Eric Alvarez, been great this game, picking his spaces and following his blockers and then going off a bit on his own. Nice running there from Alvarez.
Yeah, he's finding the gaps and getting some. Oh, we have a flag, it looks like. Just want to give a shout out. You can see down there, guy holding the camera. That's Cade Calvin, sports reporter for KPVI News, Channel 6, locally in East Idaho. He tries to make it out to almost every game. I know he was at Snake River McCall earlier today. Snake River snuck away with that one, 17-15. Now he's here in beautiful Aberdeen.
Cade Calvin doing work. Appreciate his support of Idaho high school athletics here in East Idaho. Ortiz takes the snap. He hands it off. And they're going to be in for another 6. That was number 9, Eston Beck, on the 4-yard touchdown run.
They got your kicker out there to kick the PAT.
That's what I'm talking about.
34-6. Under 7 minutes.
(34-6) PAT pending. And the kick is up, and the kick is good again. Pereira is nails on those extra points.
Yeah, 3 for 3 so far. Some great kickoffs.
I really just want to give Pereira the IdahoSports.com player of the game. That's why I want him to kick it more.
Yeah, right now
but,
it's a pretty tough call. I mean, Shackelford right now might have the edge, but three rushers, Hal have a touchdown, and all can make their case right now. The tandem of the rushing unit, including the quarterback, Lupe Ortiz, the team captain as well. He's been a threat with his legs. Priest River fans, not much movement there, their side of the stands. And Aberdeen can feel it as they're starting to party down here in the stands.
And Priest River, pretty good turnout for coming all the way from the panhandle of Idaho. We were talking to one of the assistant coaches, and he said it's about 10, 11-hour drive if you go straight. So they elected to divide it between 2 days. It's always fun for the kids to stay in a hotel and grab some food, different from what you're used to back home. And Priest River put up a fight today, but just hasn't been enough against this stout Aberdeen Tigers offense and defense. As I say that, a good run there from number 24, Leighton Goins. Again, his dad, Brandon Goins, the defensive coordinator for this Spartans football team.
Yeah, and Goins just a freshman right now, and he definitely a key piece for the Spartans team for years to come.
And you mentioned his age. We've talked about how young this Spartans team is. You have Sawyer Stout, who's a senior, Logan. You also have Skylar Simcox, a senior. We've called both their names a few times, obviously, Sawyer especially, and then Lucas Simcox, a senior. Gunnar Eversole, we haven't called his name as often. But really, those are all the seniors you have on this team. So this Priest River offense will be good for years to come. As we have a nice slant throw down the middle. And that's number 24, Leighton Goins, who had just had the kickoff return with a nice play. And there's a penalty on the play, and that might be added yardage. We'll see what the play is, or excuse me, what the call is.
We haven't seen Goins used too much in this one yet, but making himself known these last couple plays. Kick return, and then now major reception.
And we already mentioned this, but Leighton Goins just a freshman.
Yeah.
This is huge playing time for Goins. A freshman playing state playoff football here in Aberdeen on the road. You're down 35-6. While there is no pressure, you can say that you've played in the playoff game, and you know what that is. That is a horse collar tackle. As he was tackling, he was kind of grabbing his jersey, but it got just above the collar, according to the officials. And so that'll be another 15 yards against the Tigers for the Priest River Spartans. So when we thought maybe this game, we wouldn't see any more scores from maybe either team, the Spartans are inside the red zone.
Yeah, threatening to score here. Be major for them to score at least one more here for just the confidence heading into next season.
Matthews takes the snap, hands it off. And that defense that has been so stout the entire game, continuing to answer the call. That was Nate Fegert on the run.
Yeah, Fegert's had some solid carries so far for Priest River. It's not a ton of big plays, but he's been a dependable, couple yard back for them so far tonight, or this afternoon, I should say.
Priest River hasn't scored since the second quarter of this ball game. Would have loved to punch one more in. When you're down by this much, you want to win the next rep, Logan. You want to win the next play, the next drive, the next 2 minutes, the next 30 seconds. Matthews takes the snap in the empty backfield, gets the throw off. It's caught. Trying to get in for 6. Does he get in? He does. Number 6, Sawyer Stout, the star of this team, is in for 6.
That's huge for Stout. A senior back getting at least one more touchdown in his esteemed career. Priest River not going away at least too easily so far.
And as expected, they're going for 2. Matthews surveys, takes the snap, hands it off. It's a counter play, but he's going to be denied. Nate Fegert does not get the 2-point conversion. But the throw is good to Stout.
Yeah, I found that a little interesting. Stout actually took the snap there and handed it off. I wonder if that was trying to be a little bit of trickeration where they're trying to see, trick Aberdeen is saying that Stout was going to take a direct snap, but he hands it off anyway, and either way, Aberdeen stops them. Keep it at 35-12, and now we'll definitely see an onside kick attempt.
So about 11-yard touchdown throw from Matthews to Stout is in for 6. 2-point conversion failed, as Logan mentioned. They tried to do some trickery with a little bit of a wildcat. Direct snap to Stout fails. With 5:11 to play, 35-12 Aberdeen Tigers lead the Priest River Trojans. And Priest River not going away. As Logan said, we could expect another onside kick. We'll see what head coach Cepeda and his crew cook up. Number 62, Andon Grismer, sets to kick. And he does And it bounces straight to and Tigers player. That's number 24 on the run. Mitchell Elliott, he's got room to run. Tries to make a couple guys miss. Finally brought down out of bounds. Good running from Elliott. And good field position for the Tigers with 5:01 to play.
Yeah, onside kick, just a little, way too much on it. And yeah, now Aberdeen's going to try to just bleed off 5 minutes here.
And this is where you can practice certain plays. You can get in your backups and stay injury-free for their next game. And talking to head coach Derek Jolly, he was very proud that they had no significant injuries, as Eston Beck is back from a hand injury sustained versus American Falls. But beyond him, no big injuries. As Lupe Ortiz breaks free for a long run, he gets to about the 21-yard line, finally taken down. Good tackle there from number 80, Ian Lamana. But better run there from Lupe Ortiz.
Yeah, terrific run by Ortiz. Just found a gap and made him pay for it as he just flew about 20 yards. Clock moving. Tigers are going to take their time.
4:40 to play, and yeah, if you're the Tigers, you're letting that not just the game clock, but the play clock run as much as possible. Puts a man in motion. That's number 20, Cannon Foster. But number 9 takes it himself. That is Eston Beck. And he is tackled just shy of the touchdown. Nice running from Beck, as Cannon Foster led a couple tacklers to his left side. Nice play call there from Jolly and this offense.
First and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, put him at the, looks like, 1 yard line, 2 yard line. And now just looking to punch one more in here. They're making this drive look pretty easy.
No doubt. Inside 4 minutes to play. Ortiz hands it off. And that's number 27, Eric Alvarez, with the 2-yard touchdown carry. 6 more for Alvarez and this Tigers offense.
Alvarez, a sophomore, punches another one in. This one's starting to get a little bit out of hand. Barring the extra point, it'll be a 30-point lead.
And the extra point kick is up, and the kick is good. 42-12. Tigers lead the Spartans with 3:44 to play. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the closing minutes of this game. You're watching 3A opening round of the Idaho High School Football Playoffs on IdahoSports.com. Welcome back to Aberdeen High School, as the Tigers have just punched another one in, leading 42-12 with 3:44 to play. As Prairie kicks that ball up to the 15-yard line. It's a good return so far from number 24 from Priest River, Leighton Goins. Had a couple nice plays on their last touchdown drive. And Goins, the freshman, has a lot more years to play, which if you are a fan of the Spartans, you couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot in this game for the Spartans so far. And yeah, he'll have a bright future in the orange and black.
And you say orange and black, that could go for both teams, right?
Both
pretty
teams.
pretty exciting, pretty
Next
cool.
level Idaho State. I mean, there's a lot of orange black.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Pretty fun when both teams have the same colors. As of a pass that is completed, and he cuts up from the inside to the middle. Stout, good running there. Stout, one of the few seniors on this squad. It's going to be tough to see him go, as he's been so good for this team. Priest River, of course, came into this game 3-1 in conference, 6-2 overall. Their only losses in conference and their only loss in conference, was to Grangeville, who earned that first round bye in their opening game. That game was lost 36-8. Matthews trying to find some room to run, trying to get some air, and nothing going there. Throws it away, incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Matthews and the Spartans. 2:48 to play.
Aberdeen, I believe, would host a home game if they were to win this, as they are
Yes.
the number one.
Yes, they would. You're right.
The only question I heard their coaches saying when people asked if they're playing here, he said, yeah, it'll either be here or it could be potentially at the ICCU Dome over in Pocatello, which a lot of teams like to utilize around this time of the season.
Yeah, I was just there last night.
Yeah.
Doing the games, doing Skyline Nampa with Sean Kane of the East Idaho Prepcast. Always great doing games with the expert Sean Kane. Ball is thrown. That's the ball intercepted. Pass was intended for number 24, Leighton Goins, but Goins had 3 guys covered. Was covered by 3 guys. And Matthews throws it across hash, intercepted by number 10, Ronnie Cerna, the little brother to Esteban Cerna.
Well, they wanted to win the turnover battle, and they just got it right there. That's your second. The 4th down punt block could go either way. I do believe that would be classified as a fumble, as the block and a fumble, whereas this one will be an interception. So now a 2-1 turnover battle right now. Aberdeen winning that. That was the key. They said needed to win it. Not necessarily needed that pick to win it, but it makes the coaches smile.
Handoff, and that was number 20 taking the snap. Nice running here from Eston Beck. And that was Cannon Foster taking the direct snap.
Yeah, no, I don't think they'll really pass anymore. So if they want to give their quarterback a little bit of time off, then right now is the time, as they can just have a plethora of different players just hand the ball off here.
I thought we may see Isaac Driscoll, who is a sophomore. He's the JV quarterback, son of former head coach Braden Driscoll, who still does so much to help this squad. Another snap to Cannon Foster, hands it off to Trayton Jenkins, the freshman running back, number 25. And as we alluded to, they would get some of their younger players time in.
Yeah.
Pretty unique when you're a freshman, sophomore playing in the state playoffs.
Yeah, it's pretty cool experience. You get a little bit of playing time, especially in the postseason.
So 2nd and 5, 1:30 to play in this ball game. Foster in the shotgun. Hands it off to Trayton Jenkins once again. Jenkins just goes right up the middle and more positive yards.
Into the story of the game, the 4, 5, 6 yards per carry, and just hasn't let up all game.
If we had a stat guy, we would see that average, and it would be pretty impressive. At least 4 on every carry.
Yeah.
Just great running from this Aberdeen Tigers offense, and this is why the Tigers are 4-1, 7-1 overall on the season. Soon to be 8-1. Quarterback takes the direct snap, runs over his own player, and then another nice hard running there from number 1, Isaac Driscoll. So they heard me.
Yeah,
and they put in Isaac Driscoll. Good for them.
Did. And that one might just do it, as it will.
It will, as they're going to come off the field and let that clock roll. As we're at 15 seconds and counting, Isaac Driscoll took the last snap for this ball game. As the Aberdeen Tigers defeat the Priest River Spartans by a score of 42-12. The clock runs 0. The players will go out for handshakes. Aberdeen goes on to the next round, to the quarterfinals. And the Priest River Spartans will take the long drive home but got to be proud of their effort tonight. We'll take a quick break, recognize some sponsors, and be right back for the post game. You're watching the IdahoSports.com's production of 3A opening round playoffs. We'll be right back.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho can save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to IdahoSports.com, Aberdeen High School, where the Aberdeen Tigers have defeated the Priest River Spartans by a score of 42-12. It was a close game early on, but Aberdeen Tigers really blew the door open despite their fumble by hard-nosed running, getting a couple turnovers, but really it was just the running there, Logan.
Yeah, the first half they had a couple passes that were also positive yards. Second half, just completely commanded the game with the run game. 3 running backs primarily, Beck, Shackelford, and Alvarez, even getting the couple 9th graders some time. I mean, and also Lupe Ortiz, also a lethal runner. Just a great overall run game for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, did a great job, and because of that, today's player of the game, which is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. It's got to be not just the run game, but who specifically, Logan?
Yeah, you said it. The whole run game was impressive, but Luke Shackelford, 3 rushing touchdowns. You can't really give it to anyone else. He was just absolutely impressive today. Really only played 50% of the snaps, too, as after he got a run, he'd run off the field. They throw in a different running back. But he was a short yard guy. 3 rushing touchdowns. He's the Idaho Sports Player of the Game, sponsored by the Idaho Transportation Department.
Yeah, so congrats to Luke Shackelford. But really, that entire rushing attack was massive. You had Eric Alvarez score a touchdown. You had Eston Beck score a touchdown. And then you had Eric Alvarez score 1 more to finish the game. That was a 2-yard rushing touchdown. And then you had a bunch of PATs, which were solid from Pereira. Just a great job all around for this Aberdeen Tigers offense. But in the end, it really was Luke Shackelford. The rushing game, and specifically Luke Shackelford with those 3 rushing touchdowns. He is our IdahoSports.com player of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Next week, we will be somewhere here in Idaho, likely in East Idaho. As Aberdeen goes on, Priest River will go home. not winners in this game, but really a hard game from this young team. Look forward to seeing what they're going to do in the next few years, as they are a team full of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, Logan.
Yeah, I mean, 6-2 regular season. Honestly, what could be a really tough draw with a great Aberdeen team who only lost one game, didn't win the conference, so they had to come into a play-in game against Priest River. But I don't think Priest River's going to complain too much. This is great experience leading into next season. Like you said, very youthful team. They'll for sure be back in the postseason for years to come.
Yeah, no doubt. So congrats to Alex Cepeda. It's hard to lose, especially in opening round of the playoffs, but a really good showing from their squad, and they'll be back next year better than this year, no doubt, and wish them safe travels. And next week, though, Aberdeen Tigers, they move on. We'll find out who they play tomorrow, maybe later tonight. A lot of times these committees get together quickly and they figure out who's playing where, and so hopefully we'll know by tonight, if not tomorrow. But check back regularly on IdahoSports.com to know the latest and greatest of for the schedule for the 3A playoffs. But for today, the Aberdeen Tigers defeat the Priest River Spartans 42-12. And that's going to do it for us here on this broadcast. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Postseason, brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valley-Wide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This broadcast was also made possible by the great support from these local businesses: Sun River of Idaho, Kim Wallen, Diesel Depot, and 21st Century Auto Sales, LLC. Special thanks to Athletic Director Natalie Lewis and everyone here at Aberdeen High School for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Luke Shackelford, 3 rushing touchdowns. Thanks again for joining us as the Aberdeen Tigers defeat the Priest River Spartans by a score of 42-12. For my broadcast partner,
Logan Kelso,
and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Joel Richardson saying, be excellent to each other, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on IdahoSports.com.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance.
Hello?
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to Idaho